Previously on Follow the Leader. We banded together to form a queer enclave, a place to live, sleep and hopefully heal. More than ever before, each of us is responsible for the survival and fate of our community. What lies in the rubble? For this queer enclave, could it be utopia?
I think because I just read a book about scarcity. I'm interested in like scarcity thinking, as in like the idea that there's not enough for everybody. I feel like it could be good to have a conflict between people who think that there's not enough for everybody, and then there's people who are like, actually there is enough for everybody, it's just that we're so not used to sharing. Okay, what secret did I learn about you yesterday?
I think you learned that Blue hasn't always worked for Quixote, Blue being their ingenue assistant. And Blue, in fact, used to be a very pivotal member of Evander's gang.
Oh my gosh.
We now return to your game, already in progress. Yeah, is there any scenes that we got established through the questions that people want to play? Or
I mean, I have an idea.
Please. Yeah. How about it?
I mean, my idea is Vesper going to the Golden Gate Bridge stronghold to ask Evander, like, yo, can I come be part of this game?
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, sure.
Started your name to go on. Oh, bless this boy. Oh. Bless this sweet child.
Yeah.
This is
Bless
stupid,
this mess.
but he's... yeah. So what does this place look like, Han?
So I think what it is that, so the big, like, steel cables, which, like, in real life are, like, you know, it's, like, multiple feet in like, diameter, have been, like, bent sort of ribcage-like to form this stronghold. So, like, there's this sort of, like, they've been bent, and almost, like, thatched the way you would, like, thatch, like, a straw roof, but with, like actual, like, metal and glass and, like, materials of wreckage. And because, like, the water is ever encroaching, it's constantly, like, everything is kind of crusted in salt the way that, like, things near salt water get.
Ooh.
And so you get, like, just, like, a lot of, like, metal beams and, like, panes of glass that have, like, this salt crust on them.
Does it glitter, like, a little bit?
It glitters a little bit, but it's largely, like, I think there's a lot of natural light, actually, and because so much of the construction is made of, like, these huge panes of glass, and so I think that, like, it's when Vesper, like, walks into this stronghold, the first room that he enters is, like, this kind of, I don't want to describe it as, like, a throne room, but that is, like, the closest thing that, like, I can think of. It's, like, just, like, this big, like, I know, don't at me.
So
funny. It is.
I can imagine it like, you know, in, like, Vikings, like, those big halls, like, there's always the big chair at one end of the table where the guy in charge sits, or the gal in charge sits.
Yeah. No, like, I think it's, like, it's just, like, a comparatively big room with, like, really high ceilings, and, like, this is, like, the place that, like, outsiders get to see, And then, you know, like, there's a whole stronghold beyond that where, like, people actually, like, live and do things, but this is, like, the front-facing place that anyone looking to, like, speak to the gang is, like, going to see, so it's, like, very obviously constructed to intimidate in a way. But yeah, so I think that's what that looks like.
Okay, so I think I'm going to start off with a weak move here and draw unwanted attention to my movements, because I think Vesper walks in and immediately knocks something over with a huge clatter.
Oh, this poor child.
Oh, Vesper.
Fucking... Yeah, it's a goddamn host club. Now you have to stay here and... Yeah. Also...
Oh my god.
I need everyone to know, there are 2 flies in my room. And they're both huge.
No.
There's 2 of them. I don't know where the second one came from. I don't know if maybe there have been 2 all along. I don't know what's up, but there are 2 of them. And they're both just in here.
God.
So... Anyway, yeah, no, it's not a host club thing. We're not gonna make you do fucking... That's more of a Quixote thing. Okay. Does he say anything?
He says, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh, shit.
I think, like... I don't want to say Evander's just, like, on a fucking, like, post-apocalypse throne in this throne room, but I am going to say that's what's going on.
Be on your bullshit. Be on your bullshit.
I'm on your bullshit. I'm on my bullshit. So yeah, so that's where he is, and he, like, hasn't said anything. He's just, like, looking at him.
Alright, well, Vesper walks up to the throne and, like, almost starts to do, like, a bow, but then it's like, no, that's stupid.
Oh my god. Oh.
And then says, so, hey, so I assume you're in charge, unless that's just, like, a really fancy chair. Hi, I'm Vesper. It's nice to meet you.
Vesper. What brings you here, Vesper?
Yeah, so I guess I'm looking for a job, is the way that I would put it, even if that's not entirely accurate.
I think Evander, like, gives him, like, a very, very slow once-over, and is like, and what exactly are you offering?
Well, I'm psychic. More psychic than everybody is nowadays, I mean.
I think at that I'm activating playing the Maelstrom. I think you just hear a rumbling outside that has nothing to do with the weather. Just this faint rumbling that you kind of half hear, half feel. And you know that's not the bridge moving, or like that's not what the stuff around here normally does. And
is it just Vesper hearing it, or is it everyone?
You.
Okay.
You and Vesper feel it. Nobody else does.
Yeah, so I think what Vesper does is he says, look, I can demonstrate. And as that rumbling happens, he uses his psychic gifts of artful precision, and the one that he's using is storm sheltering, and he, like, kind of reaches out and, like, forms, like, a bubble of psychic calm around Evander. I'm giving my token back for that. And then just, like, you know, it's I think it's pretty clear that, like, you know, Vesper did that. And just looks at Evander hopefully, and he says, I can do that all the time, or, like, most of the time. I just...
It's impressive.
Thank you.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. We did recently have a position open up. But is that all you can do? And I think this is fucking, what is your lore? How is that phrased? Oh, here it is. Whenever someone invites you to use your psychic gifts on them, they gain a token. So I think that is what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I'm just gonna real quick take one of these tokens.
Okay. Well, because I'm out of tokens, I think I'm going to use my psychic gifts, but with unexpected side effects.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of what exactly Vesper would try to do here. I mean, sorry, I'm just like, how fucky do we want to make this? But like 100%, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well,
I'll be.
And I get to bring the Maelstrom into this, which, may I remind you both, and all, fervent intimacy is in there. I can come up with a fun side effect for you if you like, but you got to pick what you're doing.
I think Vesper just says like, well, that's not all I can do, and then tries to like, like transmit like, you know, suggestive images to Evander.
Like, he's trying to do this?
Yeah, because he's like, you know, if you want me to
Oh my
fucking...
God.
He knows exactly what Evander wants because he saw it in a psychic vision.
Oh, true.
And he's into that, so he's like, may as well just hit on this guy in the middle of a post-apocalyptic throne room. This may as well happen today.
Fucking incredible.
I think you do that, and you kind of feel that the way the Maelstrom was I think, Vesper, you feel yourself like, I know you can't feel your pupils dilating, but like the pupils dilate and you can feel like your heart like thumping harder in your chest, that sort of blood starting to rush in your ears a little bit. And you know what's going on, and I think for Evander, you just start getting these visuals. And some of it is Vesper himself, and some of it is Blue. But I think Blue's hair is the colour of the Maelstrom. And, like, the wing tattoos are almost look like they're moving in this vision that you're getting. And you can smell Quixote's perfume. But they aren't there that you can see.
Okay.
Oh, and after every move, I have to ask, what do you do?
Well, what I do, I think Evander's eyes have, like, closed for a moment, and, like, he opens them, and, no, he opens them, and, like, I think just, like, reaches forward and, like, catches Vesper by the chin, and is like...
Oh my God.
I think you'll do just fine. And I think that's where the scene ends.
Incredible.
Avery Adler, thank you for the gift of this fucking
It's
game.
so good. It's so good.
What is it? The limitless possibilities of queer sex. It was right there in the text.
Yeah.
Right there in the text.
Right. Like, we finally found a game. Like, we usually have to, like, make all the other games we play very fucky, but, like, this one just has it baked right in.
It's just baked right into the playbook.
Oh, shit and hell.
All right.
Okay.
I'm so glad that we got to play that scene out. Do we want to do a scene with Quixote and Keta interacting about those kids?
Yeah, sure. I'm down for that. I think I can totally be down with Quixote coming by the workshop.
Oh God. It's time for me to speak as Keta and I'm dying. Okay.
I think what you hear is like this click of heels coming from outside, and this is one of the fun fucky things I came up with about Quixote, is that all of their stilettos are capped with metal.
Oh my God. So that they really make a lot of noise when they're walking.
Yeah. So they also have, like
eternal tap shoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like also they know how to walk without making them do it, but there's definitely like an audible sharpness to their step.
I love it.
And I think there's this very like sharp tapping sound like approaching, and then there's an almost ridiculously soft and polite knock on the door.
Oh my God. So I would say that the workshop is like halfway outdoors, like a yard basically full of like metal scraps and stuff. There's a lot of like welding and shit going on. These firearms are not the most elegant thing you've ever seen. They're really like scrounged up, like blocked, like put together. And then there's just like a huge distillery like off to the side as well. So like half of it is indoors and half of it is outdoors. I would say that the brewing part is probably indoors, and then deeper indoors is where Keta lives. So Keta just sort of like takes off her welding goggles and like looks at the door. Looks at the door, like doesn't say anything, is like, did I just hear that? Am I...
Yeah, and I think you see Kiyoe as dressed down as Kiyoe gets.
Oh my god.
Which means that the hair is like up with only some of it like styled down over the face, and today it's like suspenders over the white shirt with the bow tie undone, and like half of the buttons down the front are undone or so, and like a bunch of necklaces and like a big jangly earring on one side. This is dressed down. And tight pants, like all the way tight, so they're like skinny jeans.
Oh my god.
And then like these heels that are like a deep sort of red, but with the slight flash of silver on the bottom. Just like.
And Keta just sort of goes, well, to what do I owe the pleasure?
No. Everyone acted like they were worried. That was solid.
Thank you.
I think
it's not actually that bad of an accent, to be honest.
Yeah. I think Kiyoe just smiles a little and may I come in?
Yes. Of course. Freedom, can you get Kiyoe a glass of water? Just sort of like is like directing these children like around, like yeah, come on in. Like
how old are the twins, and like what do they look like?
The twins are like 12. They're like young, but not like babies, but like kids.
Yeah.
And they're both kind of like dirty. They're like they're like wearing clothing. Keta sort of like gestures to Tariq to keep doing what he was doing, but Freedom is the girl and Tariq is a boy, by the way.
Okay.
You know, they sort of start, you know, scuttling around, and so she sort of fixes her glasses, her, you know, welding goggles, and just sort of looks at Kiyoe like,
Quite precious. The children.
Yes, they are. Is
Where
like,
on earth did you uncover such treasures?
I'd rather not say. That's a little, not. Just a little bit suspicious.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to insinuate anything or seem like I was trying to pry. This is me using my regular move of lie fairly convincingly, which I love as a move.
I love that. So what are my regular moves? So were you needing something, or did you just sort of come around to ask after him? Ugh, Jesus Christ, that was bad.
I'll admit, curiosity is part of why I was here, but also I was looking to maybe talk to you about, and I sort of indicate some of the brewing equipment.
Well, what were you looking for then?
I'd like to maybe get something new in over at the Lock and Key.
Ooh.
And
do you have materials for me, or are you going to make me go out and look for them?
I can see what I can acquire. I mean, obviously, I'd be happy to open a line of credit.
Of course.
I can see if I was to be able to sort of procure the materials. Would that be something you'd be interested in doing?
Well, of course. I mean, I'm always looking for new business, so I definitely
So am
be open
I.
for that.
I will. I'll do some. You should come by.
Of course. Ken is just like looking Kiyoe up and down, like Yeah, all right. Okay.
I think like Coyote's kind of like got like one hip. You know how Kate Blanchett just stands all the time and you just kind of stare like, how are you exuding that by doing nothing? That kind of vibe, just like leaning against the wall.
God, Kenna's like weak for very pretty femme people, but also is like very much a dom, so it's like very interesting.
Yeah, just like, I tell you what, we're planning on running some film reels in the next couple of days. You could bring the children. It's not all adult entertainment.
I was about to say.
No, we trade in. Yeah, I was going to say we trade in nostalgia as well, and it's a thriving social scene. Like the companionship
is appropriate for them. But...
Yeah, like that stuff doesn't happen on like the main floor. That's why there's the flower system for like to go elsewhere.
All right. Okay, I get it. Well, I'll be sure to come by. Just let me know when you have the materials for me to make your new fancy booze, and I will see what I can do.
And I think Coyote just smiles and is gonna reach inside like their tuxedo jacket and pull out a silk flower and just sort of come across and like tuck it into whatever pocket is on the front of whatever Keita's wearing.
Oh my god.
She's
wearing like an apron that's got like a lot of different pockets on it, but like probably the one like closest to her titties. That sounds like the best option there.
Yeah, definitely going for a titty pocket for sure.
Absolutely. Fucking love this.
Mm-hmm. And just like pops it in the pocket, just like, I look forward to seeing you. And just
Ken is sort of like blushing. Is like, well, I'll see you in a few days, I suppose. Tariq, why don't you see our guest out? Ken is like bustling around trying to hide that she's like bright red.
Cool. On the way out, I will. I think I'm gonna like take out of a different pocket like a little like bag of sweets that I picked up at the market, and I don't mean this in the creepy sense because I just realised adult giving child sweets that they don't know very well can be very creepy, but genuinely, maybe it's like some fruit or something from the market, and just sort of hands it to one of the kids, just like, enjoy that, and heads out.
Nice.
I should say they sashay out.
I love them.
That's what I thought.
They are incapable of walking anywhere normally. It's always.
I feel like they do a lot of sauntering too.
No, there's definitely
Let's be real.
Yeah, sauntering. Oh wow, I can't even say it now. I can't. I've lost the ability to speak.
Sachet.
Sachet. Yes, thank you. Maybe it's an English accent thing. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to
Fucking
it.
amazing.
It's a good excuse because none of us can refute it.
It's true.
But yeah,
Okay.
they leave.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Kenna just immediately goes back to like whatever she was working on, and the kids sort of drift back in and start helping again.
Mm-hmm.
I love them.
Good shit.
Okay. Anyone else? So, does anyone have another scene that they'd like to do?
I have a strong move that I kind of need to do, but I don't have any tokens yet. So
I would.
Well, if you kind of brought something to me to fix, as in the
My lack of
concept of
booze.
alcohol, which is something
That's
that will
fair.
give you one token.
Okay.
Maybe I should have gotten a token for relying on you to solve my problems, Evander.
Oh yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, that's true. Go for it.
All right.
I mean, I think, like, there's a scene that, like, we could do with Quixote and Evander that, like, would give you a token via lure. But if there was something else you had in mind, we can totally do that, too.
I don't. It's just because there's this strong move I have, which is where's it gone? Which is bring out supplies that no one knew you had.
That's really good.
So, oh man, I have a strong move of draw a weapon before anyone can react. I love this character.
That's really good.
It's so good.
Also, lace something with undetectable poison is very good.
Oh man.
I for some of my strong moves that I'm very fond of are ease somebody's pain, or jury rig a temporary solution while under duress.
I mean, one of my strong moves is literally just kill someone. So, like...
Well, and one of mine is restrain someone physically or psychically.
Fucking amazing.
Which doesn't fit for Vesper. But,
no.
Well, I mean, it does in some ways. Mm-hmm. In a non-fucky sense, it does.
A lot of like Kenna's like past history of jury rigging temporary solutions are all involved gunpowder.
I want to, while we're thinking, I really want to give a shout out to the, and this is just the playtest materials, but underneath all of the moves, for every class, there's a question that somebody interacting with that player could ask, which is superhero. Like, you could ask the Stitcher, what supplies does your character have that I need, and stuff like that. There's so much here to help you, like, get stuff rolling. It's really rad part of the game design.
Like, shout out to, who wrote this game?
Avery Adler is the designer.
Shout out to Avery Adler, then, for writing this fucking incredible game.
Isn't Avery Adler The Quiet Year?
It's Avery Alder.
Avery Alder?
My apologies.
Yeah.
It sure is.
But I think so?
Avery Alder is correct. My apologies.
Yep. Shout out to Avery Alder for being amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's no reason we can't just, like, go to this movie night or whatever.
Yeah.
That's true.
I do want Vesper to meet everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At Vesper, come visit me. Come visit me, boy. Okay.
Yeah. I like the idea of everyone is welcome to this. Then of this movie night at the Lock and Key, and the way I genuinely think this is like part of an old cinema, or that's what the building was originally, and they've managed to get things rigged again so that they can project. But the old like screen is gone, so instead there's like it projects onto like maybe it's just like a massive sheet of fabric and it's projected like reverse. Yeah, I just like the idea of this like being projected onto like sheets or something.
Yeah.
I have I'm playing the digital realm, so I feel like this is when somebody interacts with a digital device, or you have an idea of how digitization shaped this environment.
Yeah, no, hit me with it.
My moves are reveal something to be broken, let the technology speak in turn, or introduce a glitch. So I think that like with the whole like the screen is gone and is broken type thing, I think it's really fun if it's like, because like this is sort of like post like now times, so like most of the time these days films are like digital, they're like saved on like hard drives. So, like, I feel like there's in some points of these films where, like, there's whole bits of these films that are just, like, static. They've just, like, don't really exist. They skip around a lot. And, like, there's just, like, dead space on a bunch of the hard drives. So, like, the movies are a little bit, like, pieced together from, like, 6 or 7 different hard drives of, like, this is almost the full movie, but not quite.
Yeah.
It's the Fast and the Furious, but, like, it containing clips from, like, all 7 movies.
Yeah.
Because that's all you could salvage.
I love
really
it.
Good.
That's very good.
I just also like the notion that some of the lovelies will like do like there's this phenomenon here called secret cinema where like they'll act out missing scenes.
I love that.
Oh my, that's really fucking good.
Like people who saw the movies before we lost them.
Yeah, like
I love it.
Quixote's got like a library of film scripts from somewhere, and
God.
just like
I mean, it's San
or they
Francisco.
guessed,
It's
or
probably...
they guessed. Or they guessed.
I love that.
So
did was this Vesper's idea to go to it, or was it Evander's idea?
I think it was Evander's, and I think the way that like this scene can work is sort of like breaking it up into 2 different scenes, which is like Vesper actually going to this film screening and like running into Keta, and then like Evander's gonna like go find Quixote in their office. Like he's not there to like see the fucking movie.
Okay.
If we want to do it in like 2 parts like that.
Yeah,
I think that that Vesper and Evander probably went together though, but then
Evander,
yeah.
yeah.
Evander just fucking leaves Vesper behind to go
No, but like Evander brought Vesper there as like a fucking like power move. Like, are you kidding? Like, that's why he brought him.
I think. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I think when you two arrive, like Blue sees you, and just kind of does smiles at Vesper, at seeing Vesper, and then twigs who Vesper is with, and kind of blanches slightly and scurries off to tell.
I don't think Vesper fully knows the drama, because I don't fully know the drama. So I think Vesper just like turns to Evander and is just like, are you sure it's like cool that we're here? Because like I heard, I mean, well, somebody told me
somebody told you
that Blue, that you knew. I'm friends with Blue. Blue mentioned, are things cool? Is this cool?
Vesper. Don't lie to me.
Ooh.
Okay. I know that you and Blue used to have something. So are things, was it like amicable or?
There are a lot of words you could use to describe how that went down, but amicable is not one of them.
But nobody's gonna jump me or you, right?
You'll be fine.
I'll keep
I promise.
Thank you. And I think Vesper like squeezes his hand and says,
oh my god.
I'll keep my third eye out for stuff. And winks.
You do that.
This is so good.
It's so good.
Okay, so I think like at that point, I guess like Vesper goes and like finds a seat. What is this like? Is this like rows of like seats, or is this like more of like,
I think more cabaret style, like little individual tables, and in some places it might even be like bits of like masonry that have collapsed that have then just been repurposed and dressed up. Like I like the notion that they've done a lot of work to make this a comfortable place to be, but also materials are limited. So it's like there's furniture in there that's been scavenged from all over the place. Like nothing matches, but it's all been sort of dressed in such a way that it's almost kitsch, I suppose, but it's working. It's like there's a ramshackleness to it that is also charming in its shabbiness.
Ketta's like busy like fixing a table that like she noticed the screw is loose, so she's just like on one knee like fixing a table because she just can.
I was gonna suggest that Vesper, there's like nowhere to sit except for Ketta's table.
I love it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna suggest something too. So like Ketta's sitting at a table with like the two kids, but like there's still an empty seat there.
Right.
But Ketta's definitely just like sitting on the floor, like fixing the like working, doing something to the underside of one of these tables.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you need help with that?
No, we've got it. Thank you. She sort of pops out and is like, "Do I know you?"
I've never been here before, but I'm Vesper. It's good to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Ketta. Ketta Amberview. She just like holds out a hand. It's like super grimy to like shake. Vesper's wearing like bondage gear, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to know what this looks like.
Okay, well, I mean, Vesper doesn't wear like, it's not like the most, I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's pretty horny, but it's not like he wears like a shirt, but then he also is like wearing like a weird like bondage corset on top of it.
Good.
I hate him.
Good.
Kenna like does give the outfit once over and is like, well.
I think that's normal wear in the queer apocalypse, right?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's
valid.
that
To some
unusual.
extent.
It's normal to some extent. It's still something that Kenna will like give you a look and go, well then.
But I think Vesper just says, I wanted to say hi, but also I really want someone
take
to
seat.
sit.
Take a seat. No worries.
Thank you so much.
This is Freedom. She like points to the girl sort of. I'm trying to decide, like, what race these kids are in, like, a real-life type race, because, like, they were tieflings in the old game that they were part of. But, like, I don't know if there's, like, an equivalent, really, to that. They're definitely not the same race as Keta is. Like, they're very clearly not Keta's actual children.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think that's probably pretty common in the queer apocalypse, just, like...
Also true, yeah.
I think, Vesper, like, very seriously, like, introduces himself to each of them.
Aww.
Oh my god, I love them.
Freedom is very much like, you know, hey there, you seem kind of cool, asking all these sorts of questions. Tariq is just sort of, like, awkwardly edges away and hides behind Keta.
Vesper's, like, quietly, like, mood.
Yeah. Tariq is a very anxious boy, and Freedom gets to say fuck. She doesn't, actually. She's not allowed to, but...
She does anyway.
She says it, but she's not supposed to.
So, do you work here, or are you just,
No, I don't work here. I just sort of, it was broken, so, because there was a screw loose, and I noticed, so I just sort of decided to fix it. I was invited, by Quixote.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I think that it's, I think it's really important for people to pitch in where they can, you know, with the way things are now, so I think it's great that you just fix the table.
Yeah, that is sort of what I do, but it's not here, necessarily. I have my own shop. I did make this, though.
Great.
And she, like, points to, what kind of alcohol did you want me to make?
Some kind of moonshine.
So it's like rough, like, to drink. It's not pleasant.
As pleasant as it can be made.
Yeah. I feel like Keta takes, like, a certain amount of pride in, like, brewing, like, at least somewhat tasty stuff, but, like, it is just really, really strong alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, Quixote's going to mix it with stuff if need be to increase the palatability.
Of course. Yeah, I did make that, though. That is something I am proud of.
Vesper tries it and it's just like, oh, this is amazing. I've had a lot of drinks and this is a really good one.
Thank you. It's also very strong, so I'm gonna take that from you now.
Okay.
It's very strong.
I can handle strong things.
She, like, looks, like, bemusedly like, yeah, okay, sure you can, kid.
Do you think we should go to, the other two now?
Yeah.
Okay. So where would Quixote be, like, while, like, this movie's going on?
I think they're in their office, which is the old projectionist booth. It's not projected from there now, because the screen is in a different place. But it still, like, gives them the best view of, like, the floor, as it were.
So there's, like, so there's, like, a huge window on one wall.
Yeah, or it's a big enough window that they can always see what's going on down below.
That's very good.
And I have an idea of how the scene starts, just because I'm gonna use one of my weak moves.
Go for it.
I think as Evander is arriving out of the door, or arriving up the staircase, because Evander knows where he's going, you see Blue coming down the other way, ushering someone out that looks a little bit too well dressed to be here.
Ushering someone out of
Quixote's
office? Okay.
Yeah, and I think Quixote's, like, stood at the top of the stairs watching Blue show this person out, and Blue just, like, doesn't make eye contact, because this is me using my weak move. Get caught lying, cheating, or sneaking.
Okay.
Can this be one of the NPCs that I introduced? The loan shark to whom I owe a lot of money? The black marketeer to whom I owe a small fortune?
It could be, because I have one of my relationships is, though it might not work being the same person, is the loan shark who finally tracked me down.
Oh my god.
So it can absolutely be this. I was originally thinking it's one of the society types, because, like, we were talking about during the map building.
Alrune is a society type that decided to get into the black market for fun.
Oh, yeah, that works for me.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't know that. So,
or just to make more money.
Sure, that can definitely be Elrune.
Excellent. Because Elrune is the type of person who would frequent some place like this.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Elrune fucks a lot.
Yeah, well, that, yeah, all good. I don't think that's why Quixote wanted to see him. Just he, him pronouns. Them. My apology. That isn't necessarily why Quixote was meeting them, but hey, could be, because I get to now put the question to Evander of, how have I earned your character's ire? But you know.
I wonder.
I think, like, so you said, like, Quixote's, like, at the top of the stairs?
Yeah, and they're in a gown this evening. So.
Okay. And I think he, like, stops, like, I want to say, like, 2/3 of the way up the staircase and just, like, leans against the wall and, like, folds his arms and is just like, you've been busy.
You too, from what I hear. You coming in, Tiger, or are you just going to lurk on stairwells?
Are you inviting me in?
Sure. Come inside. And steps back enough to let you walk in. I like to point out, it doesn't step completely out of the doorway.
Well, no.
It's just, like, half in the doorway, so you can't just, like, stroll in easily. You've got to, like, move right past.
Yeah, I think he walks in and he, like, looks around as they're, like, closing the door behind them. So, you want to tell me what that was about?
No. Should I?
I was just being polite.
No, you weren't. You were being nosy.
God, what does he say? Fucking.
They sit sort of perch on the edge of their desk, legs crossed at the ankles, the split on the side of the dress up to thigh just like falls open. You can see the garter belt where they keep their straight razor just there.
Yeah. I'm curious. I haven't seen much of, their kind around here before. And, like, obviously referring to, like, the person that they were just meeting with. How did you win them over?
Just smirk at you. I'm very persuasive.
Oh, I know.
Of course you do.
Doesn't answer my question.
A line of supply. I needed it. They like to feel like they're a part of things. Mutually beneficial exchange. You know that's how I like to work.
And what's Blue's role in all this?
I think the smirk disappears then. Blue's role is none of your concern, Tiger.
I think we both know that's not true.
He made a choice. You can't begrudge him it just because you don't like how it turned out.
And I think he goes over to the window where he can like see out across like the whole movie theater cabaret deal, and without like looking at Quixote just says like, I've recently acquired someone of a lot of interest, potentially to both of us.
Oh, and I think they get up and go stand next to them, and I think you and I talked about this. They are so much shorter than him, even though they're in like 5-6 inch stiletto heels. They are still so much shorter than him. So I like the notion of them looking out, like Quixote comes to join Evander by the window, and the camera cuts to like a low angle showing like Vesper and Kira and the kids with the window in the background. Mm-hmm. Just like that line of sight, because it's like two-way glass, or as good as two-way glass as they could get, like or it's smoked glass. So
love it.
I feel like Vesper. I like the idea of Vesper like having lost control of his psychic abilities, and is sort of like picking up on like, if not the whole conversation, then just like the vibes. So I think he like gasps and comes back to himself and realizes he's been like really loud in the theater and everybody glares at him, especially because right now it was a part where like people were acting stuff out.
Ken is just like looking at this dude like, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
And I think that then that was a weak move as well, so I'm gonna take another token. But Vesper like scoots to the edge of his chair and like looks almost like he wants to go get up and get involved, but also like that would be a terrible idea, and is just kind of sitting there very nervously.
So what do you kind of like leans sort of closer to Vesper and is like trying to look at wherever Vesper's looking, like, what's going on?
Oh, it's nothing.
Does Keta see, like, can Keta see, like, whatever Vesper was reacting to?
I don't think, like, the lighting, because it's darker in, obviously, the theatre space, but with the lights that are there for the performers and the way it's at night, you probably see the window, but not, like, into it.
I guess I should have asked what makes me vulnerable in this situation.
The fact that, I mean, you look pretty scrawny and pretty vulnerable.
Just who I am as a person.
Just who you are as a person, really.
All right.
So Keta's gonna sort of lean in, like interestingly, I'm gonna use a weak move, treat someone like a project instead of a person.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes! Oh, God. And take, and go, and sort of just go, so, is something going on up there? Is there something I should be aware of?
Not that you should be aware of.
Alright, well, should you be aware of it? She's
I'm
like,
aware of it.
Well, are you gonna tell me? Or what? She, like, sort of nudges him, like, come on. Fess up.
Okay, well, I guess I'm in a new, well, I don't know if I should call it a relationship, but
Oh.
Well, I'm just in have you ever just gotten into a situation and realized that it was more complicated than you thought it was?
Kinda just sort of, like, glances over at the kids and looks back at Vesper. No, I have no idea what that's like.
I should probably go up there, right? I should probably...
Well, what's up there? Isn't that Quixote's office?
I forgot you knew Quixote.
I was personally invited by Quixote. Of course I do.
Well, alright. Well, I think Quixote is either up there, is gonna either kill my friend or fuck him, and I don't... Sorry, I didn't mean to say that next to the kids. I just...
Kenna immediately turns to Freedom and goes, that does not give you permission to say that.
I'm so sorry.
That is not not part of this. It's if I say it, not anybody else. And Freedom looks like she's gonna argue, and Kenna's just like, no.
Okay, I think that I'm going to use a strong move, which is to move unseen, and when Keta turns back around, Vesper is gone.
Ooh.
That's incredible.
That's really funny, and very good. And I also want to say that, like, when Alrune sort of, like, breezes through the main room to leave, The kids both like wave like very happily at Elrune, and Elrune just gives them like a little tiny wave back and keeps going.
Good.
Oh, good.
And Kat is just sort of like, oh god, well, that happened. Elrune knows I was here now. That's fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
So, yeah. If somebody else has an idea, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that the movie that's being projected / acted out is The Princess Bride.
Good.
Oh my god.
Fucking amazing.
That's really good.
I love
fucking
it.
incredible.
They didn't even need a script for that one. Everybody just knew it.
And Princess Buttercup is being played by this really soft-faced, like, boy with long blonde hair. I say boy, like 18, 19 years old. And the Dread Pirate Roberts is being played by this super fit, like, vaguely butch non-binary person with just like an amazing ass.
Nice.
Well, Vesper's heading for the office, so if y'all want to have more of a conversation before Vesper gets there, or if Vesper should just burst in.
Mom, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, let's like, we could have like a couple more moments of this conversation before.
Sure, I'm down with that. And you just burst in whenever, like.
Yeah. Where did we leave off?
Well, we could kind of in theory just like see
well,
like.
You just mentioned acquiring Vesper.
Yeah.
Right. Well, of course.
Okay, so who is this acquisition of yours?
If I gave away all my secrets, then where would I be? Especially to you.
You wound me, darling. So what's special? Okay, no, you don't want to share. Of course, that was always your problem.
Okay, maybe then Vesper should come in.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good place.
It's a very good place.
And Vesper opens the door and just comes in, sort of like on the edge of just like breathing heavily, and just says, Evander, are you in here? Oh, hi.
And who are you?
That's none of your business.
Oh, this is the one then. Oh.
Are you okay? Should I go? I'm sorry.
No. And like he like walks around you and shuts the door that you just came in.
Oh my god. Vesper just like gives like panicked eyes to Evander.
I think Evander like walks over quickly and like takes Vesper like by the wrist and like tugs him over to the other corner of the room from where Quixote is.
I just wanted to make sure you're okay. I could, hear you. You were upset.
And I think this is gonna be... I can't decide if this is like reveal your secret vulnerability to someone, because it's not really a secret vulnerability, but also
I think that works. I mean, I have a weak move that I want to do in this scene, but I want you to do your thing first. Need be.
For sure. Yeah, no, let's do that.
Can I also count me like not leaving the room as caving to someone else's desire?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. My other thought is like, you know what? I'm actually not going to do the secret vulnerability. There's another weak move that I want to use like in a bit, assuming the scene goes where like we think it's going to go.
Sure. Okay, I think like Quixote like watches this interaction between the two of you, and it's just like, oh, Tiger, he's precious.
And I think like Evander's like the momentary like sort of like shock and panic of Vesper like bursting in has like passed, and he's like gotten like control over himself. And he just like he like smirks over at Quixote and is just like, now you know we're both bad at sharing, so...
I think Quixote just smiles a little and is going to cross over and hold out a hand to Vesper. I'd like to shake or to do like a kissing of the back of the hand. Whatever Vesper does is good here. But I'm going to use the weak move of when the two of them touch. To use the weak move, accidentally open your brain to the world's psychic maelstrom.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, Vesper looks at Evander again before taking Quixote's hand. Does Evander,
He's just watching.
Well, if he doesn't give disapproval, then
no, he doesn't.
Vesper just shakes their hand. So you all right. So
I've accidentally opened my brain to the psychic maelstrom, and as the psychic maelstrom, I think that Vesper gets hit with a similar thing that he got off Blue, and now he sees how involved Quixote was in that as well. And maybe gets look, we've established the psychic maelstrom is fucky, okay? Fervent intimacy, yo. There are a lot of people having sex in this enclave. The psychic maelstrom's just getting with the vibe. And I think just like Vesper gets another psychic whack of just I think what happens is Vesper gets a Blue POV moment of being caught between Quixote and Evander.
Yeah.
Just like a momentary sort of brief flash of it.
Well, Vesper blushes, obviously.
I feel like you don't even need to say that at that point. I'm just assuming that he is at any given time.
I think you notice that colors come up flushed up on Quixote's cheeks as well. Not embarrassment. No, not embarrassment. Just and they're just looking at Vesper oh. And just looks at Evander that is interesting.
I think what Vesper does is again use my psychic gifts, and what I'm going to do is ask Evander, what does your character secretly desire right now?
Sorry.
Because there's the obvious answer here.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's I don't think that's a secret. That's not.
Yeah, I think Vesper almost does this accidentally, because I think he just instinctively sort of reads people's minds in a very sort of mild way on the regular, but then because of this sort of psychic upsurge asks a little bit probes a little too deep by accident.
No, I think I know what it is, and I think it's just he wants Quixote's jealousy. He wants them to feel what he felt when they stole Blue. Stole, quote unquote.
Oh, that's really good.
So this is a good question here, which is I think because Vesper has gotten kind of a handle on the situation now and knows that it went down badly, but also is still really relying on Evander for most everything. I think what Vesper does is just lets go of Quixote and turns around and just kisses Evander.
Okay. Oh my god, good.
Just trying to be, if he wants to inspire jealousy, then let's go.
Fucking I hate Vesper. I would die for him, but I hate him.
I love him so much.
Vesper's very nervous because this is he's taking a risk here.
Sure fucking is.
I think at that he takes a couple of steps back Not like in shock or anything like that. More just like adjusts their stance slightly. Just like, you know, I have rooms available for that kind of thing. I try to keep that out of my office. I don't know if this is me lying fairly convincingly or getting caught lying. I don't know. This could be either.
Yeah.
Both fun.
I mean, I think it depends on whether Evander's going to call them on it.
I'm happy for it to go either way. I gain a token if you catch me in the lie. It's just a regular move. If not, I'm lying. Full stop. Like, no, because I don't do that in this office. Oh wait, no. Well, Evander's kind of an exception to that rule, or has been. So arguably that is the lie, and Evander is immediately able to catch them in it.
Right, yeah.
So...
Yep. Yeah, no, I think, like, Evander, like, pulls Vesper back with, like a hand on his chin again, and just, like, I think looks over at Quixote and is like, what does he say to this? Because I also want a way to, like, wrap up this scene. I think we need to, like...
I have like, a very dramatic way to wrap up the scene. Like, not personally dramatic.
Okay. I would love to hear it.
So, as the society intact, I think what happens is that a bunch of people descend on the theater. They're not cops, they're copyright lawyers.
Fuck.
Because you don't have a license to be playing the Princess Bride here.
That is so good.
God, I fucking love that.
That is amazing.
That's incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
They're not cops, they're copyright lawyers.
Hi, it's Dora, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on iTunes, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about our show using the FTLcast hashtag. No, seriously, we crave the validation and it helps us out. Your support really means a lot. Thanks again!